Okay, guys, so today we're going to be discussing our homework. We're also going to be discussing adaptation. So this is more of a question and talking based class. So it's super important you guys keep your names, either your English name or your Vietnamese name. Please do not switch your name around, or it's going to be very hard to have this debate. But we're going to start off with our homework. Okay. And we'll actually start off with Lily, because Lily sent in a video. So I'm going to share Lily's video, and then we can start and discuss. And then Lily, I'd like you to talk about it in real life as well. Okay.
Hi guys, today I will talk about my happiness flower. Here's my drawing. It was a little bit ugly, but I hope you all to understand my idea. Today I will talk about my happiness flower. My happiness flower can live in many places, such as wet, dry, hot, or cold place. When they live in hot place, they would raise their far out so they can reach for water. Or they would store water that they have before in their stem so they could use a little bit at a time. When they live in wet place, they would the roots will cover this other, so they just get enough water as they want. When they live in cold place, such as Arctic, they would make a special nectar. This nectar is used for another reason, okay? When they live in Arctic, they would make a special nectar to melt the ice so they could drink water. When they live in hot place, they would store water that they had before so they could make cool themselves. And this happiness flower have one special thing. When you wish something, your wish will come true. When you wish and blow happiness flower petal. But if your wish is so mean, your wish would not become true and you will be punished. That's end my presentation. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Lily. So I'm just writing some notes I'm going to write notes today, guys. Okay, will not come true. Cool. So raise your hand if you have questions for Lily. If you have a question for Lily's plant. Anyone have a question they would like to ask Lily? Okay, I will ask Lily a question about her plant. So, Lily, could you go over your special nectar again? What makes it so special?
It can make ice melt.
Oh, it can make ice melt. Okay. And what does the plant do with the melted ice? Or does it just help the plant survive? Oh.
When ice melts, the ice will become water and plant will drink up the water.
Oh, I like that. Thank you, Lily. Let's have Jenna. Jenna, do you have a question for Lily? Okay, it's not letting me unmute. Let's have Neymar. Neymar, do you have a question for Lily about her plant? Okay, Neymar isn't paying attention. Let's get Katie rose her hand. Katie, what was your question?
Nothing. I just want to share my homework.
Okay, no, give a question for Lily first.
I don't have any question.
No question? Okay. I wished you guys had a question on her plant, but I guess it didn't come true. Okay. So let's move on. I'm going to share someone else's. We have David's, but I don't know if he's in class yet. David, make sure you change your name. I don't have both of your Vietnamese and English names memorized. Okay. So this is, I'm going to present Myth. Smith is not able to come to class this week. Okay. So this is Myths. Okay. He has the sunflower takes nutrients and water by the roots. The seeds fall down and the wind blows the sunflower. So he's basically saying, I believe the sunflower seeds blow in the wind and make more sunflowers. The sunflowers live in the ground. So we have a sunflower here. Does anyone have any questions about Myth's sunflower? You can raise your hand. I will try to answer them. Any questions about sunflowers, guys? Oh, how about Courage? Where do you think the sunflower lives?
I think it lives in the garden.
Yeah, it lives in the garden. Do you think it lives somewhere warm, somewhere cold, or just
Warm.
warm? Okay. Okay, can we have Min B? Min B. Do you have a question about the sunflower?
How can the sunflower seed fall down?
That's a very good question. Have you ever eaten sunflower seeds?
Yeah.
Yeah, so these seeds are these seeds are very, very yummy. So, and there's tons and tons of seeds on the sunflower. And I think birds and stuff will go land on the sunflower and eat them and make the seeds scatter out everywhere. And I'm sure some birds eat them and then poop out the seeds later because they have those really, really big shells on them. That was a good question, Min. Does anyone want to share a fact about a sunflower that they know? Does anyone have an interesting fact about a sunflower that they would like to share with class? It's okay if not. It can be anything. The color. Have you seen one? Yes, Katie?
The sunflower is called the sunflower because they always face to the sun to get the most lots of sunlight they can get.
Oh, I didn't know that. Thank you. So they face the sun to get as much sunlight as they can get. Okay. So we have David's plant. David, would you like to share your plant to the class?
My plant is carnivorous plant. Carnivorous plant eat insects for their environment. They made a trap. They have two-tailed plant. They have an insect. When the insect touch two thorns, they snap. And another is picture. Picture use smell to confuse the insect, and the insect will get stuck in that. And how they get that is when they close the lid and heat up, and all of the scales of the insect will be burned, and they will give environment to picture plant.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Does anyone have any questions for David or anything they would like to add? Raise your hand, please. Roberto, do you have a question for David about any of his plants?
No.
Well, you got to come up with one. I'm going to come back to you. Think of a question. Think of a question, and I'll come back to you, Roberto. Let's see if anyone else. Guys, you got to come up with some questions. Cherry. No. Cherry's. Do you have any question for David's plants?
Yes.
Okay,
How can eat the insect?
How many insects do they eat? Is that was your question? So David, how many insects can your plant eat? How many insects can your plant eat?
Some of the plants, some of the picture are big and slowly, so it could be in hundred of thousands.
Hundreds or thousands of insects?
No, only 100.
Okay, 100.
If this picture is called a Linus picture, because it's small, but they have smell for the insect to get in, and then they trick them, they close to get their own environment, so it could be 5 or 3 or 10 or 20.
Oh, that's a lot of insects. Thank you, David. I hope not to eat that many insects. Now we have finally Neymar. Neymar, could you share your plant to the class? Thank you.
My plant is rose.
Yeah, what adaptations does a rose have? I see some. What are these?
Thorns.
Thorns. And what do they do? What do they help the rose with?
Help the rose.
What do thorns do for plants?
Help plants.
What does your rose need?
They need sunlight, water, and air.
Yeah. Does anyone have a question for Neymar's rose? Does anyone have a question for Neymar's rose? Yes, David?
Don't understand what Neymar writing. From sunlight, water, air. No, need sunlight, water, air. I don't understand what it means.
So I think he's saying it makes from flower sunlight, water, air. No, so the flower doesn't do that, but it does need sunlight, water, or air. But that's Neymar. Can you answer that question? What's this no mean right here? What does it make from flower? Are you saying like a rose is created from a flower? Like the seeds?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, guys, we're going to move on. This is the homework example. Okay, raise your hand if you know any of the adaptations or you know anything about the sundew, pitcher, or Venus flytrap, or if you have a question for a classmate. Yes, Katie?
The sundew is when the insect touch the nectar, but the nectar is poison, so it's curl up, so the insect die.
Yeah, so the nectar is sweet, but it's also poisonous, and then the plant curls up and the insect dies. Thank you for sharing, Katie. Anyone else have anything to share about these plants or discuss? Or does anyone disagree with what Katie shared? Raise your hand, or I'm calling on you. Harry, tell me something. Do you have a question for Katie or anything to do with these plants? Harry.
What do you say?
So what are some adaptations of these plants? What do you remember? What do you want to tell the class?
Nothing.
Well, you got to be something, Harry. There's 3 plants here. You can choose any one you want. Which plant do you want to talk about? The sundew, the pitcher, or the Venus flytrap?
Venus flytrap.
Okay, tell us about the Venus flytrap.
Venus flytrap have 6 thorns.
And what does its thorns do? Are you talking about these right here on its mouth?
Yep.
Yeah, what do they do?
They trap the prey.
Yeah, they trap insects. Yeah, they help trap insects. Thank you, Harry. Does anyone else? On Min Vu.
What, teacher?
Do you have anything to share about these plants?
No.
Okay, could you share something else about the Venus flytrap? Is there anything else you know about the Venus flytrap that you'd like to share with the class? Why does it trap these insects? Do you know why it traps these insects?
No.
Has to do with their soil.
Yes.
What does their soil not have?
It
Why would it eat an insect? Why would it eat an insect?
so they can have a food.
Yeah, so they can have food and nutrients. Exactly. Where would I expect to find these plants? Does anyone know where I could find these plants? Does anyone know? Does anyone remember? It was in their books. It's a hard question. Where would I expect to find these plants? Raise your hand. Where would I expect to find these plants? Anyone remember? Remember, we would find these guys in marshes or jungles, somewhere where there's not a lot of nutrients. I have one more question on this slide. What part of the plant has the adaptations? Do you guys know which part of these plants have the adaptation? What part? Does anyone have a guess what part of the plant this is, or this? What part of the plant is that? Lisa. What part of the plant has been adapted? Do you have a guess?
The trap part.
Do you think these are? Yeah.
That the insects get trapped in.
Yeah, they get trapped in these parts, but do you have a guess on what these parts started off as? Do you think there were stems, roots, leaves, flowers? What do you think they are?
It is.
Yeah, I think you said it. These are leaves. These are modified leaves. These used to be the leaves of the plant, and now they do something else. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go over your homework, and then we'll continue to discuss these next class. So we're gonna use the same PowerPoint next class. There's plenty of discussion points on it that I have set up. This is your homework, okay? All I would like you guys to do is read pages 40 to 41 of your book on cold climate. And I'm gonna add some cold climate to this PowerPoint, okay? Cold climate. And then I'd like you guys to write 5 questions about adaptations in cold climates. This is so you can ask your classmates during discussion tomorrow. Also, we're gonna send out a list. We're gonna choose about 4 to 5 students to present their homework, okay? Not this homework, okay? There'll be 2 homeworks because you should have already done this one. This homework. If you guys did not present today, you can message the TA and you can present tomorrow if you would like to present. But a few of you will be selected to present your homework, so make sure you do it, okay? If you haven't done this homework, please do it because you'll be asked to discuss this next class, okay? Yeah, just to clarify for everyone that's left, this is my example. I chose to do the sundew. You guys can design your own plant or so you can come up with your own or something you've read about and you want to give out 5 adaptations for the plant, okay? And a little description. We'll resend the directions, okay, guys? But we got to go. Have a good day, guys. Have a good day.